When it comes to the discussion of what's the best FNAF game, it's like nobody ever mentions FNAF World. Most even forget it exists, to be honest. But recently, I've seen a lot of videos surrounding FNAF World, and it got me wondering, did FNAF World really deserve all the hate that it got on launch? Problem is though, I was one of those people. You know, FNAF World just never piqued my interest. I always just seen it as one of Scott's rare misses. Something, you know, you just put on the shelf and just forget about. But since I'm in the process of moving, which by the way, I have officially moved. Let me just show you all around my little spot. I decided to try out FNAF World because, you know, I don't have any Wi-Fi, so it seemed like a perfect time to try out the game. And at the same time, I wanted to document my experience and see if the hate was justified and was really needed in some sort. Was the hate justified, or were people just overreacting over a beautiful piece of work? Let's find out. On September 15th, 2015, Scott took to Steam and announced FNAF World. He revealed to the world that he's been working on the game behind the scenes, and it wasn't a regular FNAF game. It wasn't even a horror game. Instead, the game will be an RPG where you can get a party of characters from FNAF 1 to FNAF 4 and use them in battle. This announcement itself broke the community. Fans were hyped, literally couldn't wait for the game. One saying, "I have to admit, it looks pretty interesting." Another one, "Oh my god, FNAF RPG, super excited." And the other one literally saying, "Scott, man, shut up and take my money." That's how excited it was. He didn't even know what he was getting and what it took in his money. At the same time, however, fans thought Scott was trolling. They didn't like the idea of FNAF being an RPG instead of the normal horror game. The genre shift upsetted the fans and just found it really strange why Scott would do this. Well, regardless of what hate the game was receiving even before the game's release, on January 21st, Scott released the demo for the game and also the full game. You know, back then, I don't know what Scott was doing. How you gonna release the demo and then the full game right after? That makes no sense. But as he released it, people were not happy. The amount of bad reviews this game got on the first day of launch was absolutely insane. You can scroll down and see not a single thumbs up on there, just straight thumbs down. Let's read one, shall we? "I bought this game for my friend and he accused me of cyberbullying. This game is awful. It's low res, blurry, the overworld looks bad, the combat is a confusing mess, and presentation is terrible. Complete waste of money and time. Expected more from this man. It looks like an unofficial rip-off game. Why?" And of course, no. And by the way, more than 9,000 people liked that review. What the hell? That's almost the amount of people subscribed. Which, check it right now, you aren't subscribed. Well, subscribe right now so I can hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of summer. Also, like the vid, comment Duh Family 15K, and I'll heart your comments. Come on, I'll give you a few. Go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. Actually, don't take your time. Hurry up and do it. Okay, thank you so much. Continuing on, though, you can see it seemed like nobody really enjoyed the game at all. It was just bad reviews left and right, coming non-stop. Pause. Oh my god. And these reviews were either a day or 3 days after release. Like, they truly did not like the game. But you may be confused on the one review that says that the game was a complete waste of time and money. Money? The game is literally free. The game is literally free. How is it a waste of money? $10? Bruh. People calling FNAF World terrible from the game itself is reasonable. I guess, you know, people have their own opinion. But the game being literally double of what the original games costed was actually absurd. Yes, I know FNAF games now are going up for like $40, which is still crazy expensive. Like, I'm glad to say I haven't bought any of those games, and I probably will never. But the price of FNAF World is also what upset a lot of the community. Seeing $10 as a crazy expensive price, and to be honest, it kind of was. You paid $10 for a game that felt unfinished and a mobile game? Yeah, I would have refunded my money too. But Scott actually seen these negative reviews of the game and took to Steam, admitting that the game was released way too early. Admitting to releasing the game too early, he missed some features that an RPG should have that he just completely ignored and didn't think was needed. He was too excited about the game and released it very early. He ended the post by updating the game and adding the features that was missing from the initial release. This should have fixed everything, but realistically, realistically, it didn't change much. People already refunded the game and moved on to the next and just completely ignored it, ultimately forgetting about the game's existence or just remembering it as one of Scott's failed projects. And 4 days after the game's release, Scott removed it from Steam. I don't want to say that the reviews got to his head, but the reviews kind of got to his head. He didn't like the reviews that the game was getting, so he removed it so he can work on it and polish it up. And once it's done, he's gonna release it on GameJolt for free. And on May 13th, a whole 4 months later, the new update for FNAF World was released. But when he dropped it, the game was just, well, forgotten. Nobody like really paid attention to it or gave it a shot. And a week later, Scott released the sister location trailer, and the whole world was focused on that instead of FNAF World because they thought FNAF 4 was the last FNAF game. So from there, the hype for FNAF World was just completely gone until the Daco interview in 2018. In this interview, Scott talks about FNAF World and what he thinks about how the game came out and how the community reacted to it. And the one thing I can take from this interview is that he wishes he took more time on it. He definitely believes the game could have been great, but he rushed it and ended up fumbling. He mentions FNAF World again in the second interview with Daco, and on there he says that he wishes he could go back and try it again. If he was to do it today, he'd work with some experienced developers to make sure the game is up par with the normal RPG. And also, he hinted in a bit of FNAF World 2. He said that if he has some free time in his hands, FNAF World 2 in the future could be a thing. For now though, we have no clue if that will truly ever come to light. But if that was to happen, I have a feeling that not only will it be better, people will actually play the game. Maybe for about a year now, there has been this cult following around FNAF World that has been growing rapidly, like super fast. YouTubers uploading speedruns of the game, challenges, or even just tier lists on the game. All of the above are topics that are trending in the FNAF World community. Literally, as of today of recording, a video is trending on YouTube right now of FNAF World, which is just mind-blowing. Nobody would have expected this like 3 years ago. Like, genuinely, I think FNAF World is more popular and more enjoyable than what it was when it first released. If you search a FNAF World on YouTube and see the videos are getting hundreds of thousands or even millions of views, and these are videos that are being released between 3 weeks to a couple months. Now, if I'm going to make a video on FNAF World and see if the hate was justified, I'm going to need to play the game myself. And as I've spent well over 2 days playing this game, I can say that this game is definitely overhated. I mean, yes, there's definitely some problems with the game. Like, when I first got into the game, I had no idea what the hell to do or to actually process or, progress in the game. And to be completely honest, I still don't. I'm gonna be honest. To make it as far as I did now, I had to watch a walkthrough on the game just to get a grasp on what exactly to do. And also, there's a lot of dead space. Like, most of the time, you just be walking around in just empty space. And I feel like if the game is called FNAF World, there should be at least something resembling FNAF. But nope, not a single thing here does. And that's kind of just my only complaints here. Some hating is justified, but most of them saying that the game is just unplayable is just completely wrong in my opinion. I had fun playing it. I mean, I had a lot of fun. The Halloween update to the game definitely made it 10 times better as well, needing to beat the minigame to unlock more characters and actually adding another ending to the game, being the one that most of y'all probably recognize, definitely added some points on the board. However, there is another reason why the game is being resurfaced. Besides the YouTube content around the game, it's actually the mods people have made for it, turning the game from alright to being one of the best games ever made. That might have been glazing, like heavy glaze. There are dozens of mods for FNAF World, but in this video, I'm just going to go over FNAF World Refreshed, as I believe it makes FNAF World into what it originally was supposed to be. To kick things off, what is FNAF World Refreshed and what exactly does it change in the original game? And well, to be honest, quite literally everything. From the gameplay, the character statistics, oh my god, that's not statistics, wow. Statistics, the map, even the battle system is different. Like, obviously the game is still FNAF World, but it genuinely feels like an RPG. There's nothing to criticize here because it generally is one. If Scott was to take his time with FNAF World and perfect it, this is what the game would look like without a doubt of my mind. I wanted to keep this section nice and short, but if you guys want me to do a full breakdown of this mod, I'd absolutely love to. And the way that you can show that you want it is if you get this video to 150 likes, get it there and I'll make a part 2. To wrap things up though, as we went on a journey that kind of explained why FNAF World isn't really mentioned today, or why it's getting resurfaced and starting to get mentioned, do we still believe that the hate was justified? Has this video changed your mind into giving the game one more chance? Or maybe the mod, cause lord, that mod is just good, bro. I know I'm still glazing it, but it deserves to be glazed, dog. Anyways, for me though, what I think, FNAF World did not deserve the amount of hate that it first got. When it was $10, oh yeah, of course, who's paying $10 for FNAF World? Let's be serious now. But now that the game is free, we need to lower our standards a bit. And for a free game, I think FNAF World is a solid 7 out of 10. But that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Comment down below the family 15K if you want a heart. Of course, I'm trying to hit 15K by the end of the summer. Join the Discord in the link in the description, and I will see you guys next week.